Let's do natural everyday makeup. But first tell me, are you more into dark lipstick or natural shade? And this is me without makeup and with, before and after. And trust me, this one is all about strategic placement. And let's do a quick updo and begin. Skin prep first, of course, and you already know this has been one of my favorite serum for years, and I still repurchase it from time to time. It gives that healthy, expensive-looking glow before even makeup starts. And just friendly reminders, Sephora Savings event is already here. It's perfect for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin types. I like to apply it into my hands first and then press and spread it evenly. This really helps with dryness, and watch how the foundation glides on top afterward. This is exactly why the base ends up looking seamless and almost invisible on the skin. Next, let's fix the discoloration around the eyes, because this step changes everything. I use the tiniest amount of peach tone concealer to neutralize the blue and purple veins in this area. The matte finish is especially amazing for my oily lids because it helps prevent creasing throughout the day. I start right in the inner corners first and then blend it with a fluffy synthetic brush, gently pressing it into the skin. I always finish with the dabbing motions instead of sweeping, just because dabbing locks the pigment exactly where we need the correction. Sweeping can move the product around, reduce the neutralizing effect, and make the texture more visible, especially on lids that naturally crease. At the end, I always use my fingertips to melt the concealer in even better. The warmth of the fingers helps soften matte formulas, so they become one with the skin instead of sitting on top and enhancing fine lines or lip texture. Next, you can already see the face naturally has different tones. Skin is never just one flat color, and that's what makes the makeup look realistic. So I'm using two shades, one that exactly matches my skin tone and another one that's slightly darker and warmer. And by the way, this darker one is definitely becoming my main summer shade, because the match is just perfection. I have to show you the swatches first, because look at this texture. Mary, my heart was officially stolen by you, just so you know. Apply the darker shade under the cheekbone, around the temples, and softly along the sides of the nose to create natural-looking shadows. And notice how we are shaping the face without making it look like obvious contour. Then apply the lighter foundation shade to the center of the face, just to bring light and freshness back in. And this is exactly why you don't always need bronzer or sculpting products. A lifted effect can come just from smart foundation placement and blush positioning alone. Then take a fluffy brush and, using pressing, dabbing motions, go over the lighter foundation first, then move into the darker areas. I like to hold the mirrored brush closer to the end of the handle instead of right near the bristles, because it automatically gives you a softer touch and keeps the blending airy and diffused. When you hold the brush further back, you are less likely to overblend or disturb the placement, which is exactly what gives that natural lifted effect. Focus on pressing the product into the skin rather than dragging it around. Start where you want the most brightness and coverage, and then use whatever is left on the brush to softly merge the edges into the darker shade. This way, the transition stays seamless and the face still keeps dimension. And after blending the lighter color, go over the darker shade with the leftover product on the brush. This helps connect both tones beautifully without creating any harsh lines. Time for blush. I'm using a balmy texture today, and it literally melts into the skin. Depending on your skin tone, this color can look completely different. Since I have light olive skin, most blush tones pull a little more pink on me. So, on other undertones, the same shade can lean more brownish or even peachy. But I have to say it, this product really gives that natural blush flash effect, and like the color is coming from within the skin. And it looks absolutely gorgeous on everyone. I apply it to the cheekbones, temples, and a touch across the nose. And look how seamless it blends. You truly need just the tiniest amount, the star of the show, lipstick. I'm totally a lipstick person because I naturally don't have much pigment in my lips. Without it, I honestly look like a I'm barely alive. So hi to everyone with the low contrast features. I know you get it. I need that little extra something to make myself look more awake. Just tap the lipstick onto the lips. This color is everything. Have you tried it before? And I love about this lipstick is how juicy it looks on the lips while lasting much longer than I originally expected. And it has that beautiful, fresh, hydrated finish without disappearing too quickly. It's important for me. And I like how it smells just delicious. The packaging feels so luxe, and I absolutely love how the shade works with my complexion. And I also usually apply 2 different blushes shades. Today, the darker one is actually the lipstick, inspired by Margot Robbie's makeup, by the way. It's such a beautiful technique. Instead of using the cool gray tones of contouring, you replace them with a deeper blush shade. And instantly, the whole face looks fresher, healthier, and more alive. So this formula is beautifully buildable, so you can keep it soft and effortless with a one layer or easily build up the richness depending on the mood. Now let's do brows. You asked me to show more details in this process, so here it is. And this is exactly why we did the lips first. When you're pairing a deeper lip with the brows, it's very easy to accidentally overdo the face and end up with the brows that feels too dark or too heavy. Dark brows with the dark lips can sometimes start looking too harsh, so doing the lips first helps you balance the intensity and keep everything looking harmonious. The most natural brows, in my opinion, come from using brow shadows only. I've used this one from ABH for years and keep buying it again and again. First, brush the brows upward and slightly outward so you can clearly see the natural shape. Then apply the brow shadow starting from the tail first, because this is where we usually want the most depth and definition. Slowly add more intensity as you work your way inward. Look, I simply fill in the whole shape, no need for hair-like strokes or overcomplicated techniques, just that beautiful old school method. Now for the other brow, I do exactly the same thing to keep the balance symmetrical. Start by brushing the hairs into place first, then follow the natural lower line of the brow with a shadow, focusing on the tail for structure. As you move toward the arch, softly diffuse the product upward into the brow hairs instead of packing on too much pigment at once. Now let's clean everything up with a flat brush using the same foundation stick, which also works beautifully as a concealer. This step instantly sharpens the brow shape, lifts the eye area, and makes the whole makeup look feel more polished without looking overdone. Powder next. If you need to set the makeup, and this totally depends on your skin type and the finish you love, apply it only where you want to remove unwanted shine. Personally, I love glow, just not in the center of the face, because that's where shine can start emphasizing my other eye area. Actually, I would say eye bags. So I press the powder exactly where I need that soft focus effect. To the center of the face, a touch around the smile lines, chin, under the eyes, around the sides of the nose. It blurs the skin texture beautifully, sets the makeup, and because the texture is so finely milled, it doesn't settle into the fine lines or wrinkles. Instead, it gives that skin that naturally smooth, silky finish. The most important part, just press it in. Don't swipe, don't drag. Simply set everything with a gentle tapping motions. This keeps the coverage underneath intact and smooth the surface instead of moving the makeup around. No under eye shadows here now, just perfection. And I'm using a white powder. It's not truly white, it simply has less pigment and more soft focus fillers, which is exactly why I love the brightening effect it gives. I also like to sweep a little under the cheekbones to create soft contrast. It uplifts the blush and the cheek structure, while still allowing the perimeter of the face stay glowy and fresh. Then mascara. For natural makeup, mascara is the step that quietly transforms everything. I like to start at the roots and really wiggle the wand there, just to create depth and the illusion of the thicker lash line. Then slowly pull the mascara upward through the lengths. This gives lift, separation, and that beautifully open eye effect without looking too dramatic. And the texture of this mascara is exactly why I love it for everyday makeup. It adds definition and hold, so even without making the lashes crunchy or heavy. The formula stays flexible, keeps the curl lifted, and builds beautifully if you want one coat for daytime or extra layers for more drama. And this is my version of natural everyday makeup. Healthy glowing skin, softly sculpted complexion, strategic blush placement, softly defined brows, flattery lashes, and a lip that brings life back into the face. And friendly reminder, the Sephora Savings event is finally here. The sale we literally wait for twice a year. And this is the perfect time to restock your staples and try the products I constantly recommend. So check the description because I'm sharing all my top picks and products that truly deserve a spot in your routine. And by the way, here's the full lip coverage with the same lipstick. Now you can really see the true color payoff. The texture is just incredible, smooth, juicy, creamy, and so comfortable on the lips. I love how it gives full color while still keeping that soft hydrated shine. Love it so much. So this is mauve lipstick is Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, shade Riri. And it's honestly one of those shades that instantly makes the whole face look more elegant, awake, and put together. And here's the finished natural makeup look. Soft, fresh, lifted, glowing, but still polished enough to make you feel instantly more confident. And now tell me in the comments, are you more into this natural mouth lip moment, or would you still go for deeper coverage? Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next time. Bye!